Bro, are you okay? You were screaming again.
I'm okay, Mayora. Just had a bad dream, that's all.
Again? You've been having nightmares almost every night now. It's worrying me.
I open the door to see Mayora with a distraught look on her face. As she quickly hugs me.
I just hope you're not, getting depressed or going insane. I know you're going through a rough time, but...
I caress her head gently. I know. It's not just me, though. We're all having a rough time. I just might be taking it the hardest out of everyone. Mayora breaks from the embrace.
I made some cupcakes downstairs. You can have one if you want.
Heh. What happened to them being only made for you?
Oh, you know how I am with saying stuff like that. You're always welcome to have a cupcake, bro.
Understood, thanks. Mayora leaves the room and I follow her out to the kitchen. Despite our heartwarming moment, my mood's still pretty low. I take a cupcake from the kitchen counter, grab my umbrella, and leave home with her. Once Mayora left for school, I begin the lonely walk up the wet road to mine. This road feels more barren than I remember it being now that I'm going alone again. Ever since Sayori was hospitalized, my walks have felt meaningless and incomplete. She makes these walks to school 100 times more enjoyable with her random topics or playful squabbling between us. I've really underestimated how much Sayori can make a difference. While other students walk to school in small groups or couples, I'm alone. What makes this even more difficult is that everyone keeps giving me sad glances like they pity me for what happened on that day. I hate it. My attention for my classes is non-existent. I'm more than tempted to nap through it, but I know better than to sleep on my education. With how I feel about everything so far, though, I just don't have the energy to even care. Since Sayori's in the hospital and missing school, the headmaster entrusted Monica to visit her every now and again after school lets out. Since both the president and vice president aren't around, Monica temporarily appointed me and Yuri to those positions. The club's still going, but under my leadership, it's just a safe haven to relax. Since the failure of our festival performance, we decided that poem sharing would be put on hold until further notice. Things haven't been easy for me outside of the club either. I keep getting asked over and over about what happened from the other students. I really don't want to keep remembering what happened, but they won't stop reminding me. While the teacher's writing on the chalkboard, I take the time to check my phone. Monica has been texting me, updating on Sayori's condition. I scroll up to earlier texts from a few days ago. On the day they brought her in, they had to monitor her to make sure she didn't try the suicide route again. On the first day, nothing happened. She quietly stayed in her hospital room the whole day. A paid therapist went to see her, but she never answered their questions verbally, only nodding or shaking her head. The only person she actually did talk to was Monica. She told me that since she got Sayori to talk again, the hospital staff requested her to visit Sayori daily, to only skip out if she has other obligations. I walked down the hallway, still scrolling through my texts. On the second day, Sayori was a little more talkative than last time. She started to answer the therapist's questions, verbally this time, but still wasn't saying much. Out of all the things that Sayori said, there was one phrase she kept repeating.
Get out of my head.
This text made me very uneasy. It almost sounded like she was going to experience a relapse or something. Monica assured me over the phone that they were keeping an eye on her, and she was taking antidepressants. Deep down, though, I wondered if I would ever see Sayori again, or if her mental health would even improve at all from here on out. Getting her to a more stable mindset could take months, years even, and there's always the possibility that all that progress could be reset in an instant. I just don't know what to do. I feel so utterly useless that I can't help my best friend.
Hey, Hallie.
I hear the familiar voice of Kotonoha crying out to me as she runs up to me from behind. I keep my back to her as she finally catches up. I'm really not in the mood for her company right now.
Hey, I was looking all over for you.
What do you want?
So, I saw you guys on the roof a couple of days ago. What were you doing up there? I thought students weren't allowed to be up there during the festival. And why did that girl look like she was about to fall off? You weren't trying to push her off, were you?
Excuse me? What the hell makes you think I would have done that? Look, I understand your curiosity, but I really don't want to talk about it.
I'm sorry.
Maybe when I'm feeling better, okay? I just want to be left alone for the moment.
Okay.
I trundle into the club room with even more guilt on my back. The rain is getting heavier. I take my seat at the president's table. I'm definitely not handling this new position as well as Monica does. We haven't been doing any activities. All we do is read. Though I will admit, I'm not sure the club was even doing activities in the first place before I joined, so I wouldn't be surprised if this was more of a normal thing back then. I rest my head against the desk with my arms folded. Listening to the rain has always made sleeping 200 times worth it. It can always help you just melt away into a peaceful slumber. I feel awful. Me napping in the literature club. Sayori would probably chew me out for doing that, reminding me that this isn't the napping club. Damn it! I just can't stop thinking about her. As I lament my situation, I feel a presence in front of me. It's just watching me. I raise my head from my arms a tiny bit. It's Yuri. I didn't hear her come in. Then again, it is bucketing down outside. Unlike other times when Yuri would shy away, she remains unfazed. She's just looking at me with her hands on her knees.
Hey there.
Still as gentle as ever.
How are you feeling?
That should be pretty obvious. Yuri looks away sadly, like her attempt at comforting me had failed. It's okay, Yuri, it's not you. I'm just really tired and worried.
I am too. This club has so much missing from it at the moment.
Yeah, it's just not the same without Monica or Sayori. Yuri walks over to a nearby desk and pulls out a chair. Gosh, looks like she ran. She picks it up, sets it next to me, and then sits down. She pulls her book out and starts reading as if it was just another day. Why did she decide to read next to me today? I always imagined her reading alone so that nothing could disturb her. I raise my head up a bit and look over to her.
Is there something you need?
Oh, it's nothing. I just wasn't expecting this, that's all.
What were you not expecting?
Her voice carries a gentle yet curious tone to her question. It's oddly soothing. Well, I always thought you would have your own personal space when reading. Yuri carefully sets her book on the desk and turns her focus towards me.
I do. I often read by a small, quiet stairwell that's under construction. But when it comes to the club, I'm a lot more relaxed, and I can read in the vicinity of others. I don't often let people get close to me when I read.
So, if you're this close to me when reading, does that mean...
Yes, I'm comfortable around you while I read.
I just look at her blankly.
I didn't mean anything weird when I said that.
It's okay, Yuri, I understand. I'm glad you're comfortable with me. She smiles, regaining her composure and eye contact with me. I honestly thought it would take much longer for you to warm up to me.
I'd see you as a good person. You're nice, caring, and eager to help others. It reminds me of how Sayori wants to make others happy.
Yuri looks out the window as she watches the raindrops pelt the school windows.
I remember when I joined this club, I brought in some fantasy novels. My main intention for joining was to find like-minded readers. I had been building the courage to join the club for quite a while, and it felt like it was worth the struggle after the warm reception I had. Sayori was quick to take an interest in reading my novels, and I might have judged her too quickly.
I smile as I listen to Yuri reflecting away.
Back then, I tended to interpret things in the worst way possible. And, well, I sometimes still do.
Yuri then pauses for a moment, as if she's contemplating something.
Would you like some tea? I feel it would be better to discuss this with a drink.
Yeah, sounds nice.
Very well, one moment.
Yuri stands up, puts her book in her bag, and heads to the closet to fetch a water pitcher and an electric kettle. I didn't know we could keep stuff like that in school. Ignoring that curiosity, I watch her elegant and methodical movements as she prepares our tea. Is this really the first time she made tea in this mod? Whatever. It's almost hypnotic watching her work while the rain continues tapping against the windows. A few minutes later, she returns with 2 cups of oolong tea. I take the cup she hands me as she sits back down, cup in hand.
Now, where was I? Like I said earlier, I joined the club to find others with literary interests similar to mine. I was also at a point where I thought other people were only really being kind to me out of pity. So when I let Sayori read with me, she was finding it difficult to pay attention. I misinterpreted it as her not really being interested.
I see where you're coming from. Sayori always wants to please everyone, even if it means dabbling in the unknown for the sake of others.
I got so emotional when I found her reading my book and making actual progress. I felt so frustrated about my assumptions that I sort of just broke down. I can still remember when she let me speak my mind and how warm her hug was.
She places a hand on her chest and takes a deep breath.
I'll never forget that day, the day my thoughts were proven wrong by kindness.
I feel a warm surge of nostalgia wash over me as I sip my tea. Or it could be the tea, but I'll chalk it up to the former. I'm starting to feel slightly better listening to Yuri's story.
Oh, I remember something else. Sayori told me during that moment that she used to have longer hair. Do you remember anything about that, perchance?
Heh, man, that brings back some memories. She used to have hair that went past her shoulders. I'll tell you, that hair was in such big shambles that it looked like a tangled mess. I've forgotten the number of times I had to comb her hair just so she could look presentable. Eventually, we both decided it was just too hard to take care of, so she got it cut.
My, how dependable she is.
Although, now that I think about it, I guess there was another reason why it was so messy. She was depressed, so maybe she thought, what's the point? Her expression drops again. I will say, though, this talk did lift my mood a bit. Thank you, Yuri. I really appreciate it.
I'm glad I could help. After all, what are friends for?
Yeah. I hope to return the favor to you someday. Yuri looks at me with a sign of contentment.
Maybe.
In Chapter 2, Yuri takes another sip of her tea. The rain didn't let up at all for the remainder of the club time. Natsuki also never showed up. She texted me that she had to be home earlier than usual. Still, the day was well spent. Talking to Yuri was a comfortable change from the norm I was used to. Heh, maybe being the temporary president's making me start to act like a Monica a bit, the way she cares about her club members and all. I don't know why. Maybe it's those feelings talking, but I have a growing urge to protect everyone in this club. From what happened with Sayori, who's to say if the others here have any dark secrets themselves? When I jump to conclusions, perhaps I shouldn't expect that. Right now, though, I need to work on being a better leader. I'm still thinking about her, too. About Monica. Is that a good thing? What am I saying? How can that be bad in the first place? I mean, it's Monica I'm talking about. When has she ever been looked upon in a negative light? Never. Ironic statement. I do want to see her again as well. With any luck, that will be soon. I hope. Ah, finally that mantle took forever to get. Took 3 of the fuckers to hunt, but I got it. Now I can finally upgrade my dual blades. I smile, having just gotten the monster's rarest carving material. Whenever I finish my homework or have nothing to do in general, nothing feels better than to waste my afternoon playing video games. Is it repetitive and unproductive? Sure. Do I care right now? Nope. I grab my phone and turn the screen on. It's a new message from Monica. Is it about Sayori? I turn my game off and open up the message.
Hey, you still up?
Yeah, just gaming over here.
Huh, okay. Doing alright in school?
Getting through the day with all the nosy people is a struggle, but I manage.
Yeah, that must really suck.
Not as much as not seeing everyone in the club.
Aww. How was the club? Who was there?
Quiet. It's just me and Yuri today. Talked about Sayori and some of our memories with her.
Oh, that sounds nice.
Speaking of which, how is she?
She's getting more sociable bit by bit, but also doesn't feel ready to see you yet.
Ah, I see.
Oh, sorry, I promise she'll talk to you again. She just needs some more time.
I know. I don't want her being in more pain than she already is. That's not being a friend. Being a good friend is waiting for when she wants to talk to me again. I can wait.
Thank you.
It's not just her I'm missing, though. I've been missing having our president in the club, too.
Aww. I feel the same. I miss all of you guys so much. I ought to be back around next week. Think you can last that long?
Won't be easy, but sure.
Great. Well, I'll report on Sayori as usual tomorrow. Until then, sweet dreams.
Good night, Monica. She isn't ready to see me yet, huh? Did I do something wrong?